Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your hostess, femininity coach, and author of The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Sorry for that noise. If I sound a little bit stuffy, that's because I am, but we're going to move on. Lioness edition of Pop the Balloon. There's a lot to say here, but what we're going to do is we are going to let the video play first, of course, and then we're going to talk about it.
The initiator, and I'll follow that. So I'm gonna let you ask the question because you are the initiator, and I'll follow that.
Okay. So what does your initial first date look like with a man?
My initial first date is asking him where he wants to bring me. And daytime, is he a planner? So I will know kind of where he's at and what he has in store and what type of life I would be walking into. So my initial first date would be up to the man. I would not want to be the one planning that.
Yeah, okay. Well, I wasn't saying like plan, like what type of stuff would you like to do on the first date? As far as, are you into?
I want to do what he wants to do.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm there to learn him.
Yeah.
And I'm there to know him.
But he got to learn you too, though.
And he'll learn me when I walk into his world.
Okay. God damn. Okay.
But walk into my world first. I'm not providing a world for you. So
not at all.
My world really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It matters to the extent of what have I cultivated?
Yeah.
Have I nurtured my world? Where can my world take him, right? When I enter his world. So that's why I won't present the preconceived notion of what I want to do, because he might show me something new. And now I just limited myself to what I'm already exposed to. And I never gave him a chance to step me into his world. So
damn, okay. Can we bring her up here or what?
Trying to see where your mind.
And it was masterfully done. Shout out to the young lioness. This is how lionesses move. This is how we think. This is how we do it. Okay. Once again, shout out to the young lioness. Taught a lot of them females what it was and what it wasn't that day. I want to start pointing out not just her femininity in her approach of what she's saying, but I want to dig a little bit deeper. She's not doing pick me and she's not pandering. She's vetting. This is how lionesses vet. Oftentimes you'll hear on some of these spaces, some of these panels, whatever clips that you're watching, that women, oh, well, she's choosing the leader and she's choosing to follow behind you. And, you know, like she's making the decision to, you know, whether or not you're a leader. And it's spoken as if that's a problem somehow. Like women aren't supposed to do that. And that's exactly what we're supposed to be doing. That's precisely what we're supposed to be doing. And most women don't do it because they don't know how. They don't have the tools. And whenever they call themselves vetting a man, they're doing it from a hyena standpoint. Okay. She said some key things, and I'm going to kind of pick them apart little by little. So
mind is, so I'm going to let you ask the question because you are the initiator, and I'll follow that.
She said, I'm going to let you ask the question, because she gave her reason. I want to see where your mind is at. This is essential for a lioness to discern. How do we know that you have any good intent? How do we know what's on your mind? How do we know what you want to do? How do we know how you think, how you perceive things, or how you operate if we don't sit back and let you do it. If we're trying to be in the position of running everything, well, the date got to go like this, and we got to go over here, and I don't go over there. That's a hyena trying to run the situation and trying to present a false sense of her value by, quote unquote, making him invest money or making him spend money or seeing how far she can push him or seeing how much he's going to accommodate her. A lioness actually does the opposite thing. You do it, and not from a standpoint of, I'm sitting here with my arms crossed just to see how much you're going to grovel to me. I want to see you in action without me prompting you, without me trying to tell you what to do. I'm not trying to tell you what's what. I'm letting you're doing it, and I'm just going to stand by and watch it, because I either like what you do or I don't like what you do. In either case, I'm not going to argue with you about it, and I'm not going to try to make you feel bad about it. I'm not going to try to belittle you over it or any of that stuff. If I don't like the way that you move, I know how to gracefully bow out of anything. Okay? But I got to watch it first. I can't just assume that you don't know what you're doing. And I can't assume that you do know what you're doing. I want to see what you do. If it's left up to you, where would you take me? What would you do with me? How would you talk to me? Because what that's going to do for a lioness is show her what you think of her without her trying to tell you what to think of her. See, as lionesses, that's not even what we do. You either see the value or you don't. I'm not trying to force you. There's no force. Femininity is subtle, not forceful. So that's what she's doing. She's stepping back, and then let's watch you work, because I will follow. I will follow. Let's continue.
Okay. So what does your initial first date look like with a man?
My initial first date is asking him where he wants to bring me. And daytime, is he a planner? So I will know kind of where he's at and what he has in store and what type of life I would be walking into. So my initial first date would be up to the man. I would not want to be the one planning that.
This is yet another key line. She's peak lioness. She's doing peak lioness thinking. Shout out to her. Because what she's saying here is, whatever you do, I have to observe you. Because if I tell you this, that, and the third, I don't know if you're one of these guys that manipulate. So I tell you I like this, or I want to do this, or that. Like, I don't know how you move, quote unquote, at my direction. I don't want to direct you. And the reason that I don't want to direct you is because that's not my place anyway. So in the future, because how you start is how you finish it. If we were really a match and we got married, I would still not be in a position to be directing and pointing and telling you and figuring it out for you and trying, like, that's your job. That's not even my job. And that's not how I demonstrate my feminine value to you as a woman anyway. That's how you demonstrate your value as a man. That it has nothing to do with me. My femininity, my job is how well I can follow the instructions, how well I can cooperate, how well I can be gentle and feminine with you. And that's my job. That's how I prove my value. This is the first date. I just want to watch you. That's all I want to do. Have a good time. We're going to talk. We're going to interact. Hopefully, it's going to be a wonderful time. And I'm watching. I'm watching. And hopefully, you're also watching me. You're watching me. You're watching how I move. You're watching, you know what I'm saying? Do I get combative in certain situations? Am I recalcitrant in certain situations? Like, you're watching me, hopefully. Right? Because where this comes from is men move how they gonna move, whether they with you or not. Men move however they're going to move, with or without you. And however he naturally moves, that's how he gonna move. And if you really want to be real about it, that's how he gonna move into the grave. So you better watch it now, while there's nothing really invested but a little bit of time, a couple of hours. Because this is yet another underpinning of why she's saying this as a lioness. I'm not trying to change you. I don't want to change you. Because again, I either agree with how you do things or nah, I can't rock with that. Lionesses have to know whether or not we're capable of following you. Because we're submissive anyway. But we can't follow every man's leadership. It's just not going to work. It's just not going to work. I have to be able to hold up my end of this bargain. And walking into a situation knowing full and well I can't do that is a waste of everybody's time. It's a waste of time. It wastes time. It wastes energy. Potentially it wastes money. It wastes emotions. It's a waste. I've met men before who, you know, trying to marry. We're trying to talk to each other to see if we can get married. Instantly, after a couple of conversations, it's a no. And it wasn't because these men were bad men or something was just wrong with those men. It's just that through conversation, through listening intently to what he's saying, why he's saying certain things, it made me understand what kind of life I would potentially live with this man. And I have to think, can I stand that life and be content with that choice until I die? And the answer to that question is the answer to whether or not we're going to talk again. Because lionesses don't make the relationship all about everything that we want. We know what we want, and we know pretty much more or less which man can give it. But the first thing that we're looking to do is to make sure that we put ourselves in a position to follow, not to try to make demands and make sure that he gonna spend a certain amount and make sure he only take us to Ruth Chris and other. That's nonsense. That's nonsense. That's not how you vet no man. That's how y'all call yourself trying to run men. No, we're not trying to run nobody. Not trying to run a single soul. Not trying to dupe you into being with me or none of that stuff. Not trying to get something out of you, but I know I don't like you. And no, this is why I tell people, lionesses don't move like that. We don't get with guys that we know we don't like, and we know we don't vibe with, and we know it's not a fit. We know that. So once we know that, there's no such thing as leading this guy on or having him orbit you and hang around you in order to get benefit from him. Whether that's money, whether that's, you know what I'm saying, he sit there and hold your emotions, or whether you think he can come through with a ride, or he can come help you put your furniture together, or whatever it is that these chicks be trying to have these men around for. No such thing. We're gonna let her rock.
Yeah, okay. Well, I wasn't saying like playing, like what type of stuff would you like to do on the first date? As far as, are you into?
I want to do what he wants to do.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm there to learn him,
Yeah.
and I'm there to know him.
But he got to learn you too, though.
And he'll learn me when I walk into his world.
Okay. God damn.
Exactly. And the ladies next to her was like, oh, what, girl? What? Yes, that is how lionesses think. You're not walking in, you're not getting on my program. I don't have a program. She gonna say that too. I don't have a program for you. I got one for me. Like when I'm by myself and you know what I'm saying, and how I'm operating, I got one for me. But I ain't got none for you. You got a program for me to get on. And my job is to figure out whether or not I'm capable, whether or not I'm able, whether or not I got the necessary internal tools to actually get on your program and be helpful and supportive and be content with that and not try to be with you. And there's this resentment and there's this, disconnect because I already knew that I really wasn't feeling it and all this kind of foolishness. You'll learn me when I get into your program. Then you'll figure it out. And it ain't going to take long. It don't take long. It does not take long at all. If you listening, if you're doing active listening, couple conversations, maybe a couple days. That's how long it takes. That's how long it takes. For the man to figure us out. Because women are not some kind of masterminds. A lot of these hyenas out here are not very bright. And so if you listen to them, you'll hear the hyena. You'll hear the hyena cackle. You'll hear it. When you start talking to a lioness, you're going to hear the lioness. Because she's going to talk different. And it's not a game. This is not playtime. This is not, let me try to put on a face and try to say the right things, because a hyena don't know the right thing to say. She don't know, because a hyena would just be trying to do the pick me thing and saying, well, this one is giving the why. Why did I say that? Why do I think that's a good idea?
Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm. But walk into my world first. Mm-hmm. I'm not providing a world for you. So
not at all.
My world really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It matters to the extent of what have I cultivated?
Yeah.
Have I nurtured my world? Where can my world take him, right? Mm-hmm. When I enter his world.
Precisely. Yet another beautifully stated point of how lionesses think about this stuff. Again, I'm getting on your program. I don't have a program for you to get on, sir. At all. I have none. My world is for me as a lioness. It's for me cultivating my character. It's for me making sure that I'm a wife. It's for me making sure that I got my crap together, that I'm able to get into a healthy relationship with a man and actually fulfill that wifely help me role to him. Have the things that I've done up to this point, is it helpful to somebody else if they were to partake in it? Okay. Part of that is making sure I'm a freaking good person. Number one, not only a good woman and a good wife, but be a good person, be a person of good integrity, be a person of good character, be a person that thinks of others, be a person that is able to sacrifice for others and things of that nature. You're not so selfish that you can't see or empathize with nobody else. Just you, me. Everything got to revolve around me. No, absolutely not. Because lionesses know better. We know the world don't revolve around us at all. At all. And if we come to a situation authentically, we will get our match. This is why lionesses don't really show up with this fake persona. Because if we show up fake, we're going to attract something fake. And then it's going to fall apart. We're trying to prevent the breakup before we're even in the relationship at this point. That's what lionesses are doing. We're trying to prevent the things that we know for a fact would break a relationship from our end. I would never get with a man that I know for a fact that there are things about him, there are things about the way he moved, there are things about the way he think that I would never, ever want for me in my life. Because as a lioness, I'm walking into his life, not the other way around. So the things that he decides directly affect me, and it's not a whole lot, then I'm gonna be able to do about it. So you choose carefully and choose wisely is what it's about. You'll get to know me. I have no secrets. I am not here to hide and play no game. You'll see it. You will see everything that you need to see. Hopefully you paying attention, because I'm not here fronting and faking and acting a fool with you.
So that's why I won't present the preconceived notion of what I want to do, because he might show me something new. And now I just limited myself to what I'm already exposed to. And I never gave him a chance to step me into his world. So,
damn, okay.
Again, she brings up a fine point. We don't like to try to dictate to men, because we have only the things that we're comfortable with, or only the things that we know. And that might have come from growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that might have come from activities that your father used to take you on and things that used to happen. It might have come from a previous relationship that you was in. Some guy exposed you to something, you like that thing or whatever. But at the same time, women only know stuff that we've maybe been shown, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, it could be too limiting. What if he's on a different wavelength and we like that wavelength, but we would never know that, because we're trying to box him into where I'm comfortable at already. And I don't know whether or not he could get me to be comfortable with some other stuff that he like. Again, this goes back to her former point. Where does your mind go? Like, where does your mind go? I was looking to drive the point home. A while back, I seen an Instagram video of this. It was a real young couple. They looked like they might have been in their early 20s or something. And the girl was in the passenger seat, and her little date, they had went on a first date. And he was on like a live stream, and he was like, she mad because I took her to the block. She told me to take her out and choose where to go. Like, she wasn't going to do it. She want me to do it. So he took her to the block, right around where he be hanging at. And you know what I'm saying? And then they was drinking all crazy. This is from what he said. They was drinking all crazy and smoking. And she don't drink and smoke. So, you know, she wasn't like giving like super attitude, but she was just real quiet. Cute little girl too. And he was like, you gonna go out on another date with me? And she said, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about that. You know, and she was trying to be nice about it, but she wasn't going nowhere with him no more. And he was like, why you mad? You ain't want to be. She was like, I just don't be in that kind of crowd. Like, I don't do that. I don't be smoking and drinking and stuff. And like having a bunch of people like around me. Like I like quiet. And I peeped from that. That was a little young lioness. And she just don't move like that. And she got with this guy who, you know, I guess she thought he was kind of cute. And she did just what this one did in her own way. And he took her way somewhere where she was like, oh no, I can't do that. No, we probably not gonna have no another date, sir. That little young girl, I don't know no updates, but that little young girl was not impressed. Okay, she was not impressed, because she was like, I didn't know you hang around like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you use a little YN. And she was not impressed with it. She was like, oh, I just want to go home. Yeah, he was like, man, it's still early. It's like 9:30, 10 o'clock. She just want to go home. She's like, yeah, I just want to go home. She just want to go home. Lionesses want to go home, baby. We're going to let this lady finish.
Can we bring her up here or what?
Trying to see where your mind.
And that was it. The guy he definitely wanted to date her. She taught everybody a valuable lioness lesson, right? And may she find her match, whether it's this guy or whether it's another man. May she find a good husband that bring the best out of her and she bring the best out of him. And they help each other to reach new heights, and they love each other, and they're healthy with each other and supportive of one another and respect one another and honor one another. Okay. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. The comments didn't disappoint either. Okay. Emotional intelligence at its finest. I see you, love. She's there for real love and not to go viral. A lady said, love it. She's a smart woman for doing it this way. Another lady said, I love this level of emotional intelligence and divine feminine. I have a few more things to learn. Another lady said, I always tell my single friends, stop telling me what you want. I hear them talking about tricking you and love bombing you just to snatch your soul. What she says is correct. Don't give too much until you see what his world has to offer. That way you walk away easily. She's smart. Nah, she broke that down amazingly. At first, it gave pick me. Then it was like, nah, I want a man. Show me, teach me, allow me to follow and submit and gather from you as a woman. They always think somebody's trying to do a pick me, and it don't be pick me. This is what I be talking about. It's not about pick me. It's not about pandering. This is how lionesses be thinking. I told y'all. A conversation, a couple of conversations. Ask her the questions. You'll hear whether she a hyena or not, because she's not going to be able to lie about it. Hyena might try, but she can't do it. She can't do it. Okay, often replicated, never duplicated. Come on. Lionesses for the win. Lionesses for the win. Okay. All right. One time for the one time. There we go. All right. Jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your hostess, The Crimson Cure. And this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.